Hi there. In this episode, well, welcome back to Henry's Garage first, and in this episode we do a bit of refurb on the front suspension and subframe. Okay, in this episode I'm going to clean up and refurb those bits that I can. So first thing I started cleaning, it needs a bit more to go, but I thought I'd show you anyway. This is the subframe, which, you know, doesn't look too bad until you look at that corner there. You've got quite a bit, and then when you flip it over, you know, we've got busted through here, all the way along the middle, and all the way up there as well. So we're going to have to weld this. My dad doesn't have a welder, and mine is 500 miles away. So what we're going to do with this, I'm going to finish cleaning it off, and I'm going to put rust converter all over everything. This is what's fallen out of it, just to give you an idea. I'm going to put rust converter all over it, just to protect it until I'm next here. When I'm next here, I shall bring up my welder and we'll do the welding. Today we finished cleaning off the subframe, and it needs welding, but I don't have a welder here, so I just covered it in rust converter, and we can see that's dry in purple. I also just took a wire wheel to all of these parts, which will all get paint on them. I haven't done the other side, so this is one side of the suspension. I haven't done the other side yet, and I haven't done the sway bar, the brake for either side, the disc for either side. So this is all I've really done on this car today, is that. What I did do is I also, for my father, I changed the oil in the Morris. No oil filter, just oil, because it doesn't have an oil filter. And I changed the oil in the filter in the Stag. I made a bit of a mess. I spilt oil. I'm in trouble. Actually, we just got the damper out of that strut. So we got the cap off. And what we had done is we used a lot of heat first, and then we had the grips on, and then we extended the length of the grips with the lever, with this pipe, and that was the only way we could get it to work. So we did that, and we had it in this vise, and we're going to try to film it now with the other one to see if I can actually show you that we actually have managed to get these off, because on the other car when I did it, I managed to do it off camera again.
You know, well, you can say that it won't go without.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine. So yeah, we'll start by showing you we cannot get this to budge without any heat at all or anything. Watch it move now. Before I hurt myself. So we got it off, but this camera just keeps stopping on me, so I stopped worrying about it. But there we go, we got them both off, so I can actually clean those bits up now. Here we have the bits all painted up, so the suspension all ready to go back on. Barring today's Friday. Tomorrow I have 10 hours of driving, 10 plus hours to head home. So today's really a tidy up day. The original plan had been to get all of this stuff off and back on this week. and we would have probably made it except for the subframe. So that's okay. So what we're going to do is I have in here some new bushes, but I think I might be missing things, and as I took it apart there were one or two washers and things that seemed to break. So I'm going to lay it all out as it should go back, see what I have managed to order and what I haven't, and so I know what else I need to order for next time. Okay, I'm starting on the subframe, and I'm trying to match what I took off with what the Rimmer Brother catalogue said should be on there. Okay, so now I put, as I was ticking it all off, I just bunged it all in the same bag, but I didn't bin anything. And what I appear to have is, if we look at this rear mountain, we seem to have everything here, I think. Okay, so we have a washer, which is this. We've got the subframe mounting. We have this sleeve, which is inside here, which is this. We don't appear to have this actually, UKC 670. Then we have the bushing. We have this, and then we had a bolt on the end. So those don't quite look complete. They're not far off, but they're not quite there. And we've got those matching. And for the front, okay, so we start with a bolt and then some sort of washer on it. And then I don't have these sleeves, or potentially this is that washer. Maybe another underneath, I'm not sure. But I've got over here, I had 3 come off, not 4. Okay, so I've only got 3 of these. I haven't got 4, which is a little worrying. And I certainly don't have, is that a 155793 front? 793. Yeah, so that's an upper mounting, okay? And so they definitely didn't have an upper mounting on them. Okay? So I think I'm missing kit here for the front subframe. Now, I have ordered and received over here 4 upper mounting washers, okay, and then I've got 2, these are rear, and I've got 2 front on back order. So I think what I'm going to do, because I've got the other car as well, is I'm going to order a complete set. So within here we've got a subframe bolt kit. So I think I'm going to order a bolt kit. And with a bolt kit I can then make up for the other car with the bolts that I've got. I also realise that there's lots here which I forgot to clean off, so they're going to be coming down to me to clean. So we're going to have to order a bolt kit for the subframe. Right, next we have the sway bar. So I didn't take these bits off. They have a washer next to them, which I cleaned up. Then they have this fixed on. So I've forgotten to clean those up, so I need to take those with me. And then they have, within there, of course, they have the bush. This is what I took out, which actually isn't in bad condition, but we've got new ones, so we'll use the new ones. And then we come along here, and here we have, this goes on, followed by a bush, this then trailing arm connects into it, followed by a bushing. So we have the two bushings, the end cap, and then a washer, and then an M12 bolt with a cotter pin, or split pin rather, through there. Okay, so we have everything there, but there's some bits here which I need to take back and clean up with me. So that's what we'll do. Here, so this is gets connected to the subframe, and we've got new bushes for those, which we'll replace those ones in there. And then we've got, these are M12 bolts, which are 75mm, so they need cleaning off, but they go in there. Now these have washers on, and I assume it'll be one at each end. Interestingly, the image over here doesn't show any washers, but I think we will keep the washers because better to have them than not. Okay, so I think these are the right bolts. I've got a couple which are very similar lengths. So these are for the tie rods to connect it up, and they are meant to have split washers on there. That one is broken. This one does have one, so these are M12, so I just need M12 split washers. And then here, I can just replace, you've seen, the boot, if this is in good enough condition underneath, and I guess that needs some inspection, so that's quite dented by the look of it. Yeah, so that's actually, I've damaged that and getting it out. I'll have to look at whether or not I can straighten that out. So that will be the plan, so that I don't have to take these out. So let's have a look at this one. Yeah, again, it's, you can see it's a bit bent there, but if I can straighten those, then I can just put washers on. I can put new boots on. So the boots are here. We can see it. Okay, so it's just a boot, then a washer, then a nut with a slip pin in there. So we're going to go for getting a couple of UKC 3466 and hope that we can straighten out and fix those ends. Right, so if we just take a look at the damper and the spring as shown here. First of all, we've got this lower just a spring insulator or something, and this is, I mean, it's, you can see there it's tearing. Alright, so I think these need replacing, so I need to order two of these UKC 628. I obviously need two new dampers, and then they come with the screw top for the trailing arm and for the strut, so that's the screw bit there. So we're going to order two of those and two dampers. Right, so let's look at the gubbins for the strut. So we have this which goes in the bonnet, sorry, there, this bit which goes in the bonnet. Alright, and so that obviously needs a clean up. That's this here. And this comes in from underneath, so that goes in like that. Good. Then we've got this bit here. These, I had two of these with the subframe, but I think those are actually the thrust washers. So we have one. So with the thrust washers we have, where are they? 329. So we got 9. Oh, come on. 9395 is a steel thrust washer. And then we have 20 blah blah blah, which is a sealing washer, rubber. And then we have 329. This one there, which is an nylon one. And I don't see any of the other two. So I only see the steel one. So I think I need to order 2 of both the nylon and the rubber. Oh, hang on, unless, and I'll be very surprised, that bit there is the rubber, because, you know, anyway. I know I could order a needle roller bearing kit instead, but I'm trying to keep the budget down on this because I seem to be spending more than I wanted. Then we have this in place, and then we have the upper collar, and this, like the lower collar, is in pretty shoddy condition, so I need 2 of those. And then we've got below that, where has it gone here? The bump stop, which we saw had completely fallen apart, and of course the gaiter. So I need to order 2 bump stops and 2 gaiters as well. Okay, so that leaves me with the brake and the hubs, which I'm not going to worry about for now. Although I might order the bearing for the other hub. But I might just leave it because, you know, I'm not worried about the brakes, and that the idea here was the suspension. And it also leaves me with these bits, so I think these must all be the brakes. Which leaves me with 2 bolts, which I don't know where they go. And I'd rather not have spare bolts lying around after everything's gone back on. But I'll pull all of this into a bag. These were all you know, locking nylock bolts, nuts, and so we shouldn't reuse those. So they're all M10, M8 or M12, and these ones are, I presume, M6s given their size. So these were top of the suspension, and these are various places. Washers for the suspension, various washers from somewhere. So we'll put all of these together and take them back and clean them up as well, and hope that it's okay like that. And that's it for this episode. So quite a few things to buy, some fixing to do, but also the big question is, if you know how I can get a piece to fix that subframe, I'll be really welcome. Thanks.